Welcome to the Hebrew Sisters show. We are the Hebrew Sisters.
Well, two out of all the other Hebrew sisters.
Yeah. There's,
yes.
you know, but it's just a name, people.
That's right.
But anyways, today we will be talking about we will be showing you the fringes, how to hand sew them, you know, before you can start learning how to do them on machines and taking other steps to do all the tricks to sewing fringes. You got to start with the basics, which is what today's video is going to be about. But before we start, I am going to pull a scripture about the fringes on Numbers 15, and we're going to start at 37. And it says, "And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bind them, that they make them fringes and borders of their garment throughout generation, and that they put upon the fringes the border and ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon and remember all the commandments of the Most High, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye use to go a whoring." So the point of fringes is to, you know, when we look at it, we're like, okay, yeah, this is to remind us of the commandments as it says in the scriptures. And, you know, it puts a difference from us, from the other nations, because the Most High didn't tell any other nation, you know, do this, do that. Yeah. And that's how people can tell, oh yeah, these are Hebrews, you know, because like there's many color people out there, like the Africans. People get us mistakes for the Africans sometimes, you know. So the Most High just wanted to put a difference in us since from Egypt time, you know. But today, let me not go on, as the sister is going to be showing you all how to hand sew. I will not be in this video with her, so have fun, y'all.
Hi, I'm Sister Amawana, and welcome. Today, I'm gonna show you how to hand sew. This is for those sisters out there who doesn't have the experience yet of using a sewing machine. So we're just gonna get to the basics of hand sewing. So I just want to go over the items that you need to start hand sewing. So first, you're gonna need scissors. You know, you could just use a small scissors, doesn't gotta be too big. And you're gonna need some thread, some nice thread. This one is a sulky bobbin, and you can use any color, but when you're doing your fringes, you want to buy the color that's going to go with your blue ribbon. So whatever color blue you have, make sure it goes with it. And then you're going to need some pins. These are some plastic head pins, and you could also need a cushion to stick them in so that you don't lose your pins, and you don't want to get, like, you know, stuck by them or poked by them and get hurt. You're also going to need an assorted quilting needles. These come with different sizes, and they come from small to big. You're also going to need blue ribbon. Now, I have like a dark navy blue ribbon here, and some of them are silky. This one is kind of rough, and it doesn't matter as long as whatever you like, as long as it's blue, dark, light, doesn't matter. You're going to need the blue ribbon. Also, you're going to need some fringes. These are nice glittery gold fringes, and I'm going to use a fabric today, but when you're doing your garments, it's basically going to be the same thing as I'm explaining it. So this is just to show an explanation of how you're going to start. So let's get started. First, you're going to take your thread, and you're going to take the tip of the thread, cut the end, because sometimes it can get ragged at the end and sometimes the thread comes out. So you're just going to snip it out. You're going to pull your thread. Make sure, you know, you get a good length. Right now, I'm just starting with a small length, about to my arm, because this is on just a piece of fabric. But when you're doing with your garment, you're gonna have to, you know, pull a little bit out, but not too much, because you don't want to get it caught and then tied up, and it's going to be very frustrating. You do not want that. So when you get the length that you want, you're going to cut it with your scissors, and you're going to bring both sides together and just pull on it. First, you're going to need your needle, and you're going to put your thread through the needle eye. And be careful because this needle eye is very, very small, so you're going to have to look very closely in what you're doing. And now you bring the two end pieces together, and then you're going to tie a knot. Sometimes I do double knots just in case the fabric is too delicate, because sometimes if you're pulling on it, it'll come out. So I'm going to do a double knot. All you do is it's like tying a shoe. That's all it is. But just with like one lace. So I dyed it. So now, my fabric, when you have your shirt or a skirt, at the end of it, it already has a hem. So what I do is I follow along that hem. Right now I don't have that. I'm just going to follow along the edge here and make sure that my spacing of where the fringe is exactly kind of parallel to it, to the edge of the fabric. So I'm going to bring it up a little bit, making it parallel to the fabric. And I see, when I'm putting it on, I see some fabric showing. So you want to make sure you see it so that it's not coming out so much and you don't get it on the fabric. Then I'm going to take my blue ribbon, I'm going to put it on top of the fringes. And you're going to take your needle and you're going to go in the back of the garment. Now for those who are having a difficult time holding it together, that is what your pins are for. So I'm just going to pin it a couple of times to keep it on the fabric so I know that I'm going along on the fabric. You're just going to pin it from the top and bring it from the back, just like that. And I'm going to do that a couple of times. Now this is going to help you really good because sometimes, especially if you're starting out at first, you want as much help as you want so you get the best results as possible. And again, this will take some practice. When I first started, it took a lot of practice, and I find myself still practicing now so that I can get even better at it. So it's just going to take some time and some patience. So don't worry about it. Okay. So now that they're pinned up, I can finally sew together on the fabric. You also want to make sure that it's evenly out and nothing's really sticking, like it gives you too many loops, too many swirls on the fabric. Take your needle and you go from the back. The reason why I'm going from the back is so that the end part where you tied your loop doesn't show in the front. So you're going to go from the back, go through the fringe and the ribbon together. Everything, all three, the garment, your fringe, and your blue ribbon are going to go together and being sewn together. Okay, and then you're gonna go straight back in from the front to the back. Now this is a basic hemming. There's others that are more difficult, but like I said, it takes practice. So I'm just gonna go front and back. To back, to front. And when you are hemming this, you want to give it a good length, separate apart from each stitch that you do. So it looks even and it looks nice, and you want to be as straight as possible. So when you're going along it, it's like you're going along the blue fringe since it's on top. And be careful with the pins because they do hurt when you get hooked. So please be careful. And this takes a lot of time and patience. So please, if you are the type that has a lot of time on your hands and you also have really good patience, then you'll enjoy this. Just like how I enjoy it. And for this kind of material, you're going to use a thick needle. If you use a too thin needle, it's going to be more harder. Because you have all three materials together, it's going to be hard to get the needle through it. So you want to use a thick needle. And as you're going along, you can take out your pins that you put in the front and you put it in your pin cushion. So I'm going to take mine out. But if you still want it in, you can keep it in because we also have to do the bottom part. So I just did a few just to show you, and I'm gonna go back around. I didn't go all the way. I just want to show you how to now go into the bottom part. So when you're at the edge, you're gonna go straight down. And you're gonna sew it. And now you're going back to where you started. Again, remember to try to keep the lines at a good length so that it doesn't look too uneven. One trick that I like to use is when I'm sewing it and it takes a little bit too much time, I just put the needle up more and then just put it through the fabric multiple times like that. It's like you're making a wave just by going through it. Just like you're going in from the back out. And then you just pull your needle and you have it. And now, when you get to the end, you're going to make a loop. So you're going to go in, and when you come, make a loop, and you go through the loop with your needle, so it makes a knot. So that this makes a knot. And you could do it a couple times. I'll do it one more time. Just so that it's secure. And you're done. are, let me just take these out. And there you go. It's on your garment. Thank you.
Music, simple revolution. Only the most I can, only the most I will, only the most I can, only the most I can. No matter the weather, however the trouble you're going through, only the most I can help you see your enemy with a clear eye view. Only the most I can, only the most I will. When all your enemies surround you, trust me, your best friend, your family won't be there to help you or save you. Only the most I can.
Like,
Comment,
subscribe.